Let's see if this works. All right, now let's see if this works. We'll do our best here to be all fancy. Let's see. Can anyone see me just yet? Hopefully I'm popping in here. Once again, I apologize for all the silliness on my part, but this is a one-man deal, and let's see. Anyways, there we are. All the silliness on my part, but there we go. All right, sweet. I think I figured out the problem, guys. It's as usual, it's a technical error. But once again, we are here to talk about the Nissan Armada and maybe throw in some kicks. You know, why not? We'll throw in some kicks because it's there and we need to talk about it a little bit. Kicks is actually a big seller for Nissan. I won't say big. I should rephrase that. Kicks is something that sells for Nissan, and it's kind of exciting that they're doing a second generation of this because Lord knows the poor Juke didn't get that kind of love, and the Juke deserved a little bit of that love, but it is what it is. Joe Taylor, thank you for joining in. I know you're a busy man. Frank B, ATX Trent, AC Super Sport. What's up, Nissan Hawaii Nation? Got to see a few of you guys over here. What's up to Groot X? Yeah, some of us work for a living, Danny. Well, this is my job currently, so we'll go with that. How about that? Once again, I want to let everybody know early on that we're going to be discussing the Nissan Armada and the Nissan Kicks in about 10 minutes. Nissan's going to pop it up there. Here, I'll show you real quick what they've got planned here. So here's what, if you go into seizures, don't watch this thing right now because this will definitely put you into seizures. I'm a little lost at why somebody thought that was a great idea to put that up in people's eyes, but they did it. So I wanted to let everybody know that after this video, I'm going to do a kind of a final opinion, early opinion, but I'm going to do it on All Terrain Nation. So if you haven't yet, go over to All Terrain Nation, hit the subscribe button. Guys over there, we've had like crazy growth over the past week. That channel is kind of exploding, which is kind of what me and Danny were hoping for because this is our passion channel and we're always going to love this channel. But the idea of this channel is because we're Nissan people. We love it. But the other one's actually going to be a full-time job for us once it takes off. So show me some love there. Help me get this to be a full-time job. And we're going to do all kinds of stuff. Pathfinder, let's see. Daryl G asked about the Pathfinder. Well, I dropped a video on Pathfinder a couple days ago. The middle of January, we will see the next Pathfinder and Frontier is what my little birdies have been telling me. So that's kind of exciting. Yeah, Joe Taylor, I did have a lot of views on that video. It's at 14, almost 15,000 now. But the Pathfinder will be out. We'll probably do another drop just like this around, I think the third week of January is kind of what I'm hearing. But it's not till Nissan issues a press release. Obviously, there's nothing official. So just always take what I say with a grain of salt because until it's official, it's never official, right? And I'm one of the journalists that will tell you that I don't just throw it out like other channels. They just throw things. They're like throwing darts, going, well, we eventually will be right. I like to let you know that yes, I get a lot of inside information, especially within the Nissan brand. But till Nissan says it, just know that it's never official. So I don't ever want to be accused of just clickbaiting you guys. Obviously, sometimes thumbnails are fun and they're to gain interest. But anyways, so we are 8 minutes and 30 seconds away from the reveal. And what do you guys expect? Now, my buddy over there at Nissan_Community News, Nissan actually dropped this by accident. No, you are not a dart thrower, Tim, with pickup truck plus SUV talk. But there are a few out there, you know that. What are we expecting from this? Now, Nissan accidentally dropped the video for this a little early yesterday. And they quickly took it down. And this has happened before. I remember this happened. They were launching pictures of the 2020 Titan. And it's a software thing. It's not somebody's messing. I've talked to Nissan about this. They have software issues. And my understanding, some of these social media where it just dumps it all at once is a little glitchy at times. And yesterday, what was that, Joe? Around 5 p.m. or so, that picture you see there on the corner is from the video or the picture that our buddies over at Nissan_community_news posted, and I appreciate him for sharing that with us. So let's see, we are 7 minutes away, and but I think obviously the front of the bumper is a little different. It's a little more Americanized, I could say. But I don't think the outside is going to be drastically different. I think the inside is where we're going to see a lot of change. And if what I'm hearing right is, we might see a 12-inch screen in this thing, something that you might have seen in the Aria. You might see in this. Instead of the dual screen that the Patrol gets, they might go one big screen on this. Nissan might be having 5,000 plus bookings for the Magnite. Yeah, the Magnite, that's a cool little car, man. Sadly, that stuff just doesn't work well in the U.S., which is kind of a bummer because I think little cars like that would work in the U.S. Obviously, things like the Juke or Kicks are a smaller car, but that's about it seems like as small as we get here in the United States, where other markets, the roads aren't as wide. And, everything about America, we're wide and big and loud, and so we want big and loud and wide cars, I guess. But thanks for everybody coming in here so far. Let's see, Daryl G asks 10-speed on the Armada. No, it will be a 9-speed, the same 9-speed that the current Titan receives. And I want to let you know this is not sponsored by Monster, but it should be. So look at that. I know how to product place, Monster. Come on, guys, jump aboard. I just want a refrigerator for right here. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, well, the Kicks I'm hearing could be EV. They did an EV version for the Japanese release of this thing, and I have a feeling we're actually going to get that here in the United States. So I don't know if it's full EV or not, and I haven't paid a lot of attention to Kicks. There's certain cars that I just don't pay a lot of attention to, and it's probably bad for you guys because there's certain things like Rogue I'll pay attention to, and we'll do some videos on, but they're high volume things that Nissan's going to sell that there's just not a lot of enthusiasm about. So hey TV, what are you doing to me back there? Let's get you back going. The people need to see that. But that Kicks would be another one that I'll pay attention, but I don't devote a lot of resources to, because high volume things for like this channel are trucks, definitely trucks. You guys love Frontier News, Titan News as well. You guys always love. So, and we're going to have some of that coming up soon. Let's see. Joe Taylor says he's heard it's a 7-speed transmission, but we will see. I'm going to say it's a 9, and this is me just taking a guess. I have no, because Nissan, they like to use one thing, and they like to spread it across everything. So, Brain says his mom has a 17 Rogue, and it's been very reliable. On those Rogues and stuff, anything with a CVT transmission, they get a lot of crap. As long as you maintenance those things and have the fluids changed about every 80,000 miles, I think it's been proven, as long as you get the fluids changed in those around that increment, it's a flawless thing, and it's great for mileage. So, but let's see, any other questions going on before we kick it over there, because we are 3 minutes and 54 seconds away, and I don't want you guys to miss this. Once again, hopefully, it is going to have Pro Pilot. I don't know about 2.0. I would assume, Daryl G, that it would get the 2.0, but hell, we're lucky at this point if it gets the actual new Nissan logo. Pro 4X, yeah, I think I know one time I was talking to some Nissan marketing people that they had been pitching around the idea of doing Pro 4X in these, but Armada there's a very specific audience for Armada, and they don't want to tamper with that too much, and I don't blame them. They make good money on these things. They don't have to sell a ton of Armada to still make good money on it, and obviously the pinning of this thing is the global version, but us in the United States, we don't get the cool lockers and the lifted version that the Australians get. My buddy Danny there, he's probably right. They've had numerous CVTs go out before the maintenance intervals, Frank B says. Yes, Frank, I do agree with that. They have had some problems with it, but all manufacturers have had some problems with that. I think Nissan's just been the easy target for that because Nissan owns the transmission company that builds them for them. So they seem to take a lot of extra heat for that, but we'll see. Let's see. We are 2 minutes away, guys. And thanks for everybody that's joined on this, man. Once again, if you don't know us yet, you see me and Danny there. I'm the one on the left side of your screen, and Danny's the taller one on the right. Danny normally is with me on these, but he's in the military, and sometimes the military calls and requires him to be of service. So we thank you, Danny, for that. But if you're new to the channel, this channel we cover the Nissan brand exclusively. We have another channel called All Terrain Nation, where if it's got 4 wheels, we cover it. Hell, I've been teasing about covering lawnmowers. I don't care on that channel. Like, I just want to have fun with that channel and, see where it goes. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to click. We are 1:40 away from Nissan's reveal. Hopefully these are either good or bad for Nissan. I've watched a lot of their reveals, and some of them are just boring, and some of them are pretty exciting. The Navara was pretty exciting, even though I think it could have been a little bit better. But they snuck in some fun with that old Navara, and I don't expect they'll throw in some fun with this one, but we will see. That's for sure. And hopefully you guys are having an awesome Tuesday, by the way. Once again, not product placement, but it should be. Oh man! But we are a minute away, guys. Here we go. Bam. Now, once again, if you suffer migraines, please do not watch this screen for 54 seconds because, yes, I don't want to put anybody into a seizure. And why Nissan did this to us, I do not know. I mean, yes, it's kind of exciting, but they've been doing this for the last hour, and I've had to watch this for the last hour. And, yeah. So, anyways, so let's see. John Walsh, I have yet to have a Nissan that didn't go 200,000 miles with no major repairs. Will the Rogue get the new logo soon? I don't know, ATX Trent. I've never understood how they've been doing this. If you switch your company logo, why are they putting new vehicles out with the old logo still? They've had plenty of time on that. So we are 5 seconds away. Hopefully the sound will be okay on this.
Hi, I'm Allison Witherspoon, Vice President and U.S. Chief Marketing Officer for Nissan. As we approach the end of 2020, there's never been a more important or more exciting time for our company. Nissan's corporate purpose is driving innovation to enrich people's lives, and it's our goal to give our customers the best that Allison. Nissan has to offer.
If you guys would smash the like button to help spread the word on this video.
To the ownership experience. In May, we announced our global transformation plan called Nissan Next. Nissan Next is all about focusing our efforts to set the company on a solid path to long-term sustainability and to push even harder doing what we've always done best, thrilling customers with innovative, exciting vehicles. While this transformation includes substantial changes to how we run our business and to our corporate culture, for our customers, it's about where the rubber meets the road. Nissan's vehicle lineup. We promised 10 new vehicle introductions in 20 months, with many of them in showrooms by the end of 2021. And we are delivering on that promise as we continue moving forward. We launched Nissan Next with a short video tease previewing 10 new global models from A to Z. Within weeks, we were off and running with the reveal of the all-new 2021 Rogue crossover. The Rogue is now on sale nationwide and is wowing customers with design, safety, performance, technology, and family-friendly cabin features that exceed expectations. In July, we revealed the first A in the A to Z video, the all-electric Nissan Ariya crossover. Then, in September, we followed with the Z Proto, which previews the next chapter in the iconic Z story. And today, we are excited to show you the next two models coming very soon from Nissan. The new 2021 Armada and Kicks are the bookends to Nissan's strong lineup of crossovers and SUVs. With the all-new Rogue, recently refreshed Rogue Sport and Murano, and another vehicle coming soon, the Nissan showroom will have one of the freshest and most diverse SUV lineups anywhere. And just like we've delivered with the 2020 Sentra and the 2021 Rogue, these new models bring a strong combination of design, safety, leading-edge technology, and premium refinement that equals unexpected value to our customers. Now, let's take a look at the new 2021 Armada.
So it does get the new logo.
Thanks, Allison. You've outlined a promising future for the company, with an exciting lineup of new products with technology that will exceed our customers' expectations. I'm proud to be part of it. I'm Paul Hawson, Director of Product Planning at Nissan North America. I'm here today to give you quick tours of the new 2021 Armada and Kicks, starting with Armada, the flagship of Nissan's dynamic SUV and crossover lineup. The new 2021 Armada is made for adventurous families who expect it all. Authentic premium styling, rugged capability, advanced safety and technology with comfort for up to 8 people. And that's exactly what the new Armada delivers. The ability to provide limitless driver confidence through its powerful design and full-size capability. Let's start with the most prominent features, then take a closer look at the heart of this beast. First, the 2021 Armada has a rugged yet refined new exterior. The new, more squared and chiseled body includes redesigned hood, front fenders, bumpers, a grille, and powerful new headlight and taillight designs. There are also new wheels, plus a blackout treatment we call Armada Midnight Edition.
Ooh,
Pure
sweet.
premium coupled with that sinister look and feel.
A blackout edition.
The 2021 Armada is the first model to wear the new Nissan Next logo. It's pretty cool. Inside, the 8-passenger Armada offers a luxurious, comfortable, and modern interior. The cabin is library quiet, all the better to hear your playlist on wireless Apple CarPlay, and the seating and storage flexibility is designed for family members of all ages and sizes. Armada's advanced technology includes an all-new 12.3-inch display, a 7-inch color digital gauge cluster, wireless charging, and Wi-Fi hotspot. Okay, now let's dive a little deeper into Armada's unmatched power and all-terrain capabilities. Armada's powerful 5.6-liter Endurance V8 engine features a best-in-class standard 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. With that power, Armada provides a best-in-class standard towing of 8,500 pounds. For 2021, Armada adds a new trailer brake controller and trailer sway control, giving you added confidence when you take to the open road towing heavier toys like boats, campers, or horse trailers. Armada remains an off-road beast with a robust frame and an all-around independent suspension that offers excellent balance of stability and articulation during adventurous driving. The new Armada's purposeful technology includes standard Nissan Safety Shield 360, which provides all-around detection and protection for an adventurous family road trip to a simple drive to pick up dinner, and everything in between. The new Armada is available in 3 well-equipped grades, SV, SL, and Platinum. So to sum it up,
There goes.
best
no
in
Pro
class
4X.
standard 400 horsepower, best in class standard 8,500 pounds of towing, the largest in-class 12.3-inch center screen, all wrapped in authentic adventure style and family comfort. The 2021 Nissan Armada comes to market in January, a great way to celebrate a new year of family adventures. Now let's take a look at the 2021 Kicks.
All right, so we'll talk about the Armada in just a minute.
The 2021 Nissan Kicks takes a far different approach to adventure than the Armada. Armada was born of Nissan's authentic SUV heritage and DNA, including the desert racing victories captured around the world by the original Nissan Patrol and Pathfinder. Kicks, by contrast, gains its inspiration from the beaches of Brazil, with its original concept developed by Nissan Design America in Rio de Janeiro. As an urban, compact SUV, Kicks has built a solid following throughout the world as a crossover of choice for young multicultural singles and couples living their pre-family lives. For 2021, Kicks ups the desirability factor with enhanced exterior styling, upgraded technology, and additional standard safety items. So let's take a closer look. The first thing you'll notice is the Kicks' energetic styling. The youthful redesign features a new V-Motion front grille, new wheel design, along with new front and rear bumpers that are accentuated by bold LED headlights, fog lights, and taillights.
That's Nissan
Kicks
for you right
continues to offer a range of new, vibrant colors and two-tone paint schemes, allowing for more personalization. In fact, through the use of colors and an array of available accessories, Kicks is one of the most customizable vehicles in the segment. Inside, the new Kicks offers smart and stylish interior with a new customizable 8-inch touchscreen display, additional USB ports, new seat materials, and more premium finishes, along with an available new center console, heated seats, heated steering wheel, and more. Kicks again has music lovers covered with the available Bose Personal Plus audio system that brings premium sound right to the driver's headrests. Technology has been upgraded with standard Nissan Safety Shield 360 and available intelligent cruise control and auto brake hold. The elevated driving experience for the urban agility of Kicks includes new 4-wheel disc brakes and an electronic parking brake. And in keeping with the Nissan Next philosophy of offering technology above segment expectations, Kicks is available with Nissan Connect Services, a suite of convenience and security features that provides assistance when owners need it most. Kicks is perfect for owners who want a vehicle that matches their distinct personality as they seek out adventures big or small. And best of all, Kicks is a great value. So there you have it. Two great vehicles, two ends of Nissan's SUV and crossover lineup, and two dynamic examples of what you can expect from Nissan Next. And now, back to Allison.
So that's a quick early look at the new 2021 Armada and Kicks. Two great new additions to the Nissan lineup of crossovers and SUVs. They'll join the all-new Rogue in Nissan showrooms in early 2021 with a combination of style, safety, performance, and features that are sure to thrill even customers with the highest expectations. Even with the new models we've already shared, there is more to come. Watch for what's next in January when we reveal all new versions of two of Nissan's most iconic nameplates.
Pathfinder and Frontier, guys.
Nissan,
there it is.
Transforming our
right there.
business and products to be the best we can be for our customers. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling ride.
Well, there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments here. And let me get back over here. Bam. There we go. So there's your for one confirmation that the Pathfinder and Frontier will be the next reveals in January, which we had told you guys this past week. Couple things. That blackout Armada is freaking amazing. Like that is classy, and it looks mean. All in the same. Just looks freaking amazing. And obviously the 12-inch screen, which we'd reported on, was going to get. I'm impressed with that vehicle. The only thing I don't like about this generation is the stupid thing right above the V8 badge, the fake air vent. For the life of me, do not get that, but so be it. I think this is definitely a nice step up from where it has been, and it was needed. GMC, who seems to kind of own this full-size market between them and Chevy, they've got some competition now. Now, whether they need to advertise the piss out of this thing, I mean, go at them like crazy. If Nissan needs to do one thing, it's this vehicle right here. This is a segment that it brings in companies a lot of money, and there's a lot of brand recognition with something like that. And if they start showing that blacked out, that midnight edition, man, they're going to win some customers over with that. But they need to advertise it. And Alice, that you just seen there, she is now in charge of making these kind of decisions. So hopefully we see this down the road. Now to Kicks. My initial thoughts of Kicks. Nice looking refresh, a lot of cool things. But why on earth are you using the same old logo? You did this big push in July or June. No, it was July. this big push about Nissan Next. We're going to, the new logo. And they needed, I said it for a long time that Nissan needed to change the logo up a little bit to kind of get rid of the old logo. That was a Carlos Ghosn logo. Let's just consider it that. That was not the mistakes or whatever however you think of Nissan during the 2000s, whatever. But we're wiping the slate clean now. This is not his company anymore to run. This is new Nissan. And when new Nissan boggles a logo, guys, how hard is it for them to have that stamped out, that plastic badge stamped out with the new Nissan logo? They made it a point on the Armada to go, hey, here's the new logo on Armada. And then second calling, you get the old logo. That's Nissan for you, though, and that's probably why I love the company so much, because they just do silly things. But let me go through your comments a little bit here and see what you guys think. I was trying not to ruin the reveal too much, but let's see what you think. And once again, guys, if you smash that like button, I don't ask it just to like the video. When you hit that like button, it tells Google and YouTube, hey, there's other Nissan people. If they like other Nissan things and they don't know about the channel, it's like a beacon out there. It says, hey, come to this channel. That's all I ask, is just smash the like button. But let's see. I know, Danny, I know you have to be going crazy about that Midnight Edition Armada, because that looks really, really good. Let's see. Ventilated seats. Sorry, I'm going through the... Bring the girl back, John watched this. That was funny. Yes, Dan. Dan hit on it right there. At least they had a reveal without people with crazy accents. That sounds stupid that you have to say that, but when you're appealing to American buyers with these videos, and Canadian buyers, North American buyers, we should say, a guy with a thick Lebanese Brazilian accent doesn't get the job done. And now with the Navara and stuff, that vehicle is a global vehicle, and I totally understand why that they want to have sort of international people bring that vehicle out. But I'm happy, like Dan said, I'm happy that we got hey Dan, I'm gonna try to call you real quick just so we can get you in. I'd just like to get a quick opinion if you can. If you can't answer the phone, I totally get it. Let's see if we can get Danny on here just super quick. Will he answer?
Hello.
Hi, you're the 10th caller on NNP Radio.
Oh, what did I win? Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Danny, I wanted to get a quick opinion of. I know you have a lot of interest in the Armada. I mean, like, there was a lot of interest for you into that vehicle. And what was your first impressions of it?
Great. You kind of dropped that video somewhat recently, or I think maybe not a video. I think you dropped a teaser picture.
Yes.
In preparation for this, and that showed that front grille, those front, especially on the bumper, that kind of melds into the front headlight area. Where originally when we saw those, I can't remember if it was an Australian thing or if it was a. Where that was like way more pronounced, and it looked a little bit gaudy.
Yes.
Whereas they kind of toned that down a bit, and I mean, I even showed the wife, and originally the wife saw the original facelift on the other one, and she was like, I don't know about that. And I kind of had the same feel. I was kind of on the fence, but the new look on it is much more reserved, and it's a lot classier.
Do you think they might have taken their licks on that internationally and was like, "Whoa, we might want to refocus"?
Possible. They may have seen some feedback on that, where whether they had some focus groups on the design or something like that, where they were like, "All right, yeah, it's probably best if we tone that down a little bit."
Right.
And I think they definitely hit a home run with that.
That Midnight Edition had to be super hot for you, right?
Of course, dude. I'm a big fan of all the Midnight Edition stuff. It'd be hard to own a black car, but if you're gonna, at least there's no chrome all over it, which you know how I feel about chrome.
We're on the same page with that one.
Yeah, the interior looks great. Love the nice big screen, almost 12 and a half inches. Didn't quite get to the extra half, but I like the way that the screen's set up, where it's a nice little split thing there. Looks like you can do some stuff. Then a really good driver information area. whatever it said, 7 inches or something like that.
Yeah, and
7 inches there.
I'm gonna post some pictures up of it on our social medias here in a minute. I've got a bunch of pictures, and I can try to get some up while we're doing the stream, but it's messy when I do that. Yeah, I'm happy that the Patrol kind of got the kind of double screen that Nissan was doing in the Infinity versions, the QX80s. And I'm happy to see that Nissan's taken that center console and made it a little more modern. I'm not a big fan of sticking the entertainment, the infotainment, whatever you want to call it now, up in the air like that. I'm just not a fan of anything that distracts my line of sight. But I will say in this particular version, they did a nice job not cluttering up that center stack, giving everything some breathing room so you don't feel like you got a micro button you've got to touch to turn anything on.
Yeah, and I agree. I'm kind of back. I don't think I've had a vehicle with that center stack entertainment, that big tablet looking thing standing up in the front area.
Right.
I don't think I've driven with one of those, so I don't know if I've had much experience with one to say I love it or hate it. But I mean, it looks good from what. As soon as they showed the interior, I was like, all right, good. They did some work. They put in some decent amount of tech in there that it looks like it's good. So yeah, tow rating.
8,500, I think.
Not too bad. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's about what the old Armada was. So, hopefully it has that new transmission in it. They didn't really mention anything. You'd think that they would have said something as that was like a key feature. Maybe they don't think that people really care too much about what transmission's in it, other than the fact that it has, maybe that's not what they wanted to highlight in this video. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of transmission it actually gets.
Right.
Hopefully it is that new, 9-speed transmission, right? So that'll be important, especially with towing on that thing. I'm kind of curious if is it coming with air ride, or is it just a coil-based situation, or so?
So one thing I'm initially, as I'm going through some pictures that they've sent me, one thing that I'm noticing is their cameras. This is the one flaw that Nissan has had with their 360 cameras. The resolution is horrible, and they're in the picture I'm looking at right now. It just looks horrible. Why I would have never even posted that on my my social medias, as bad as it looks. But let me see if I can, Danny. I know I don't want to keep you too long, man. So if you've got to run, please let me know. But I'm trying to get a picture up real quick. But now Kicks, Danny. Now you've kind of been a little fan of the Kicks.
Yeah, I think it's excuse me. I think it's a great car for the segment. Done, cronies. No, I think it's a great car for the segment. I think it does really well for the young adults first car, kind of a little bit more room for friends and gear and whatnot. I think it would be fun to have a fun version of that. I think everybody kind of wants that. It'd be cool. It's a cool car, but it'd be even cooler if they had like a fun version,
right?
As opposed to just whatever the three models that they have are.
The only thing I wish they would have done, and we both know that car killed the Juke, and obviously I'm a fanboy of the Juke only because of the turbo. I mean, I like weird looking cars too. Don't get me wrong, but I wish they would offer that in a turbo, man. I think it would be fun for that segment, and it's something Nissan, they don't, in the United States, don't have really an enthusiast kind of sporty anything right now, if you think about it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Other than they're talking about the new Z and stuff like that, but as far as like in the lineup, having a fun sporty version of something that they already offer, it's definitely left lacking. Pro 4X is the closest thing that they're probably going to get, and I think we've had some really good suggestive pictures that Frontier will get a Pro 4X. I think that's kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
But
and what about the confirmation of two new vehicles? And I reported this past week that Pathfinder and Frontier would be debuting the third week of January.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. I'm glad that they're moving forward with that. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully production will be available when close to after they say, hey, we're going to give you these. you'd hate to see it go the way of the Bronco, where they debut it and then they go, okay, well, production's pushed back.
Yeah, well,
I know you know how that feels.
I do, but I mean, I do believe that's going to happen anyways. We're in COVID times, and I know just through some of my sources within the plant here in Middle Tennessee that they're like, people are falling out, getting sick in the plant, and so that it's going to slow production down, so.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's coming out. These good. I'm glad they're doing at least facelifts. The Armada's not super old, and the fact that they did a nice facelift on it within a decent time frame points in the right direction. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully they keep up that type of mindset with their model.
Well, one final question for you, Dan. What about the toe braking that they put on the Armada? Now, that's something that you probably had to add to your older Armada, right?
Yeah. Sway control and brake control, kind of gotta have it. I mean, it's offered in most of the other trucks, with the tow package, I think. So it's a really, really nice thing to have for towing, especially you don't have to add some wacky little doohickey, to the inside when you're towing something.
Right. So overall, Dan, 1 through 10 on Armada, what do you give this reveal?
I think solid 7. The reveal itself was good. They hit all the points. It wasn't like ridiculously long. We didn't have any weird singers singing about stuff. We didn't have any controversial figures popping in talking about some kind of social justice things that have nothing to do with the car.
Well, they hinted at that one. They did hint at that one, though.
Well, I missed it, so it was good. So whatever they did, it was good enough for me to miss it. But I don't know. I that's how you should do it. Just show the car, show the key features. Get in, do it right, get out. That's what I say. And
right.
Like I said in the comments, I'm so happy that they had people that were actually well-spoken and you weren't trying to decipher what they were talking about.
Right. Well, dude, I appreciate you hopping on here real quick, and sorry to bother you on as you're serving our country, but thank you for your service, buddy.
Absolutely, buddy. Take it easy.
All right.
Days.
All right. There you go, guys. There was Danny's thoughts and opinions on that, and I'm going to go through some of your comments real quick. I was trying to, while Danny was doing that, I was trying to go through some of the key things that I did see about the Armada. Now, they're calling it 8-passenger seating. Well, that has to be super cramped in that third row, because I think yes, you could put a small person back there, but past that, I don't know that there's anything. I wouldn't want to be back there anyway. So I'm got a couple more pictures I'm going to download here, and we're going to pop up here. I'm definitely curious of your opinions on it. I like the screen. You're calling it a 12-inch screen, but in reality, it looks like it's about a 4-inch by 14-inch screen or something. They've really stretched that, calling it what it is, but that's okay. I like this display right here. I like how it kind of gives you a clock a little bit, but yet you still get access to your Apple CarPlay, stuff like that, which is big for me. I don't care about a radio anymore in a vehicle. What I care about is will it attach to my phone, because I'm generally going to listen to my own things. I don't really care to kind of listen to terrestrial radio anymore. And so this is one of the and I get it's one of the most important things for everybody, because we're all so tech heavy anymore. But let me post one more picture up, and we will get deep into this. I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions of this thing, and bam, there we go. Let's pull this up just a little bit. Get Danny's head out of the way there. There we go. All right, so let's see. John, I mean a little person is what I mean. I would not say otherwise. And yes, Tim with pickup truck plus SUV talk, Jill would fit in this thing. And I think Jill, knowing watching your video the other day of the GMC, I believe it was, I think she would be very impressed with this vehicle. So I'll be curious when you get one of these to see what Jill's take is on it. Let's see. Joe Taylor says, I like both. I'm glad that they said those models for January. Yes, I'm glad. And that is something too. They are obviously the Armada is built in Japan. So that saying that it will be here for sale in January means they're building it now, and which is really good. Let's see. You guys were asking about the Kicks. let me see if I can find something in their press kit real quick. And here I'll pop their press kit in here, and you guys, we can go through it. We can go through it together. Let's see. Maybe we can. Let's see. We'll just do another window here. Capture. And thanks for everybody for being along on this one. There we go. Bam. All right, so here is the press kit. Let me reduce this just a touch. And remember, guys, I am doing this on the fly, so quality isn't always the key here. There we go. Bam. All right. So let's see. The 2021 standard is a 7-inch touchscreen with a new 8-inch optional on the SV and SR grades. Updated new center console. I'm scanning through here real quick because they did not mention anything about the motor, and I'm going to say the motor didn't change. I know I was expecting an EV version of this or a hybrid version of this little thing, and because I'd been hinted at that could be coming. Now maybe that's coming for later down the road, but I don't see anything with the motor right now. So there is that. All right, so let's do away with this right now. All right. So yeah, I didn't quickly scan it. I didn't see anything about that. I do want to look at the press kit for Armada. Let's see at a glance. Armada obviously still has the 5.6 liter V8, 400 horsepower, which I've discussed this many times. It's just an Infinity. The tuning they do on Infinity. Now, something they're not going to tell you right off the bat with that 400 horsepower is you have to use premium fuels. Without it, you're going to be stuck at 390, which 390 horsepower is still, I'm not complaining at 390 horsepower by any means. But if you want the full 10 extra ponies, we'll have to do that. Other than that, I don't see much in their press release that just stands out to me at this time. All right, let's get to your questions. If you've got any questions, comments, bam, give them to me, and I will go through them the best I can. Once again, I'm going to do a my final opinion piece on the Armada on our other channel, All Terrain Nation. So if you haven't yet, go like and subscribe to that channel. And you know, this is my initial impressions is it's a nice looking vehicle. Like I said, the only big thing I have issues with is the fake air vent on the side of it. Everybody was doing that in the mid-2000s, and then Nissan was like, well, we need to do that too. Then everybody drifted away from it, and Nissan seems to want to stick with that, which is okay because I think this is a great-looking vehicle. And like Danny said, the bumper area there, they kind of reworked that a little bit, and kind of hints of Xterra-ish at the bottom, the way they wrap it up from the undercarriage. I would have loved to have seen a Pro 4X version of this thing. I just don't think they don't want that for this market. For one, you don't want to cheapen. This is a luxury vehicle. And I think at the end of the day, you don't want to cheapen the luxury vehicle with, here's a cool off-road version that's, you know, they don't want to kind of redneck it up a little bit. And though I think that a lot of our Australian friends will ask us, hey, how come you guys aren't really off-roading the Armada, since it's basically a Patrol? And it's like, well, we don't get the lockers and all the fun stuff that you guys get, and it's too big for us here in the United States. People want the mid-size vehicle is kind of the vehicle that you want to off-road. Now, that's not to say there aren't people out there that are modding these things and lifting them and doing all kinds of cool things, because there are. I just I think the plan for the United States market is keep this a little more classy and go from there. Let's see. Hopefully the Pathfinder is as good looking as the Armada. The Pathfinder is gonna be a nice vehicle. Don't expect it's gonna be a lot like the Armada. The underpinnings of that vehicle are pretty much the same. The suspension, the unibody of it is basically the same. Now they always refine things, but what we're gonna see with that one is that I believe the 3.8 liter V6 with the 9-speed transmission, which would be super nice. And once again, till Nissan says, it's just speculation, but that's what I'm hearing. Let's see. I'd love to have a Pathfinder with a 3.0 turbo, 400 horsepower. That would be pretty kick-ass TRD racing. Let's see. I'm reading through here. It's called Patrol. Okay. Let's see. Probably the 1.6 ATX Trent says, and I would agree with that. I don't think they're moving away from anything that the current Kicks has. I'm going through here. Sorry, guys. Armada's. Yes, Armada is like I would say it's a littler brother of the Patrol because it doesn't get all the cool features that the Patrol gets. Let's see. The Smitty's Garage says, I would buy the Armada. That's awesome. Once again, I wish they don't have any photos up of that Midnight Edition. I'm looking through the press kit of this, and there's no photos of that. It's just the red one that they were focusing on, which is kind of a bummer. Hell, I'd love to even seen on the Kicks. They should do a Midnight Edition, just a completely blacked out version of that. I think it would be hot. Again, sorry, I'm going through the pictures real quick, trying to find anything that you guys might be interested in. Let's do this one right here, because this is Nissan's new design traits, and I want to go through this just a little bit. Let's see here. All right, there's the badging. Obviously, this one gets the thinner, the low carb version of the Nissan Burger, and the Armada, the way they're putting it now in the middle of the tailgate, I like that a lot. Now on the X Terra, the Middle Eastern version, I do not like how the dash that they put in the X just looks horrible for that. But everything else that I've seen with it, the Rogue that they've done this way, looks really nice. They've really stepped it up with this. I think they could have got away from the Burger on these things altogether and go to that old school. They used to have an old school kind of in cursive Nissan that they used to use in the 60s. I think if you really want to say luxury, go to that. People know what Nissan is. Yes, a logo means something to these companies, but you can still put it on the front. I just think in back you could have went with something a little more classy looking. The two fonts, I like the kind of the beefy 300 looking, the Greek looking type style they use, but the fonts look kind of strange to me. This real modern Nissan Burger, and then you got this other type style. That's just me being nitpicky. I think, and I guess I could put it over there for you. There we go. But I think that that if I had to complain about anything, it would just be the odd two font deal there. Let's see. They claim these are new wheels. Go through this real quick. They look super similar to everything else I've seen Nissan do. So we won't call these exactly new wheels, but we'll throw them up here. And there we go. There's the new wheels there, or they're saying are new wheels with this. It fits the vehicle very nicely. Let's see. You get a good idea of the front bumper there too. You can see how it wraps under. I would be curious on miles per gallon or miles per fun in this thing. Is there any improvements? Because that's been the one kind of bummer about the Armada is it's a thirsty girl. And like most of these big SUVs are, don't get me wrong, it's not exclusive to Nissan that their large SUV is a thirsty SUV. But let's see if we can pull this one up here. In transition, there's a little bit better view of the wheels. Once again, there's right above the V8 badge. There's that fake air vent thing that I just don't think it needs. I do look at the front end of this thing. It's a lot more round looking, like it's going to break through the air a lot better than the previous version, which I like. And it's a design trait that I'm seeing. The Rogue kind of has this a little bit. I like how the hood. Look at the body lines from the fender. Look how the body lines. I wish I had this up where we could see it. But so the the body line from the hood, how it goes right into the side fender down to the wheel, like how it all blends together, really, really nice. A lot of times, you know, they fit those into the lights somewhere. It looks like it belongs. Let's see. MPG says, so same transmission and engine. No, I've been told it's going to get the 9-speed. And I'm sure they'll have more info on that over the next coming weeks. We're about to go into the dark zone of the automotive world, by the way, too. This is about as late as any automotive stuff wants to get, because they take about 3 weeks or so off from middle of December to the first of the new year. Basically, there's no news coming out about this, so us getting this was really, really cool. The vent does, yes, ATX. It looks out of place. It just, I don't feel like it maybe it does. I don't know. That maybe there's a design cue to that, but it doesn't fit that very well. All right, let's see if we can go through look at the taillight of this thing. And all right, there's the taillight of this thing. Super classy. I like these taillights on this a lot. And they mimic the front. Look how the top running light kind of breaks with the bottom there. I like that a lot. Let's see here. Get that text up there. Let's see. Somebody was asking. Those wheels, Braden says those wheels were on the pre-QX80. Doesn't surprise me. John says maybe aftermarket. I will say this. This is one vehicle, you know, Nissan gets some aftermarket with the Frontier, and the old Xteras and Pathfinders got a little bit. Now the current Pathfinder doesn't really. Once again, it's something in the U.S. market, since nobody really does much with these. There's not a lot of love with aftermarket on these vehicles. So yeah, I don't think there's it would take a lot of orders for somebody to want to make a new fender for that. And then you got paint. You got to make sure the paint. It just sounds like a. So it's confirmed that it will have the 7-speed automatic transmission. Let me go into their press release on that, because I have not seen that. Where MPG? Where did you see that exactly? And look at the press kit one more time here. Sorry, I don't like the dead air here, but I'm looking through the. Oh, here, fuel economy. So it's. Fuel economy is rated at 14 city, 19 highway, 16 combined for the 2-wheel. The 4-wheel is at 13 and 18 with a 15 combined. So if you want a thirsty vehicle, you got it. It's going to have a 2.7-to-1 4-low gear ratio. See anything on the? It's on Nissan's news. I'm looking it over now. Once again, it's kind of hard to do a live show and be detailed on this at the same time, but I'm sure it does. It'd be the same transmission that it's had then. I can't believe that it doesn't get the 9-speed though, because the 7-speed is just a carryover from what the old Titan was using and what it was doing now. Maybe they refined it a little bit. Car and driver said 7-speed as well. All right. I once again, till I can, I'm a one-man operation, so it's kind of hard to do this. Let's see. I'm looking at the other press release now. Here it is. Okay. 7-speed automatic with overdrive, manual mode, synchronized rev control, 2 or 4-wheel limited slip. That's actually kind of nice. Yep. So there it is. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for pulling that on me. Nissan is giving up. No, they're not giving up. if they were giving up, they would have cut a lot of these vehicles and went really bare bones. I think this is a good looking vehicle. Once again, I mean, I'm very impressed with it. It's a lot nicer than I thought as far as the interior we were going to get, because some things, I mean, I'd heard about the 12-inch screen on it, but you know, they're going after the luxury market. Let's look at this. This is something they've been working. I've seen them push a lot. Let me pull this picture up real quick. Damn it. Sorry. All right. Let's look at it. They're doing this a lot they're worried about people in the back seat getting to the center consoles. It's kind of the way the Rogue does it, where it splits. It kind of opens so people from the back can get to it. Maybe this is some new feature that I don't know about. Looks like heated rear seats on this. I can't tell if those are cooled as well, but that's a nice feature. Yes, it does make the Infinity options look worse, and I think you're going to see with Infinity. You know, Infinity got the QX80 was the first sort of this new refresh. So I expect within a year or so we're going to see the QX80 with a third gen of this platform. Is what I expect to see. Now, whether that's true or not, who knows? Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading some of y'all's comments. More speeds doesn't always mean better. Yes, I agree, and especially with heavy vehicles such as this. The Titan needed more speeds because of towing. It's designed to tow more, so you need a few more options with heavier loads. This is going to be able to tow, but it's not going to be a tow beast. Well, a lot of these vehicles now are going away from gas caps altogether. So maybe this one still has a gas cap, but I know Rogue has gone away from gas caps. They're using a new ventless system that is probably standard here in the United States. I don't keep up with that stuff too much, but anyways, well, so there we have it, the Rogue and the Kicks. If you're a Kicks fan, I'm sorry that I didn't cover that as much because it's not as in the United States. It's just not as popular, even though I do like that little vehicle. We spent some time in the last auto show that you could have. We spent some time with that, and it's a fun little vehicle. Like I said, it's just there's not a lot of interest in that vehicle as far as like editorial stuff. So, anyways, crawl gear would be super nice. Yes, and some of that stuff I think you can kind of order some of that stuff from Australia, and I know bumpers don't exactly bolt on like A or B. Friends of ours with Regal Nissan was they had an Armada, this generation Armada, and they ordered a ARB bumper for it, and they were told that it probably wouldn't fit very well, and sure enough, it didn't fit because our crash standards are a little different. Some of the mounting points were different, but I know our buddies down there in Australia, Dash Virginia Off Road, they're going nuts with the Patrol bumpers down there, building all kinds of cool stuff. So, and I plan on trying to get those guys back on the show sometime soon. So anyways, 1 through 10, guys, let's end this thing up. 1 through 10 on the Armada. I'm going to give it a 8. I think presentation was good. Obviously, we're used to going to auto shows, a little more flash. It's a little more personalized. But from what we're getting here, everything I've seen about it features. I would have liked to seen, now that we know about the transmission, I would have liked to seen the 9-speed in it. But once again, like one of our people here said, gears don't always mean everything. The Midnight Edition, I think if you were going to tease that Nissan, you should have had pictures up on your media page. Other than that, I like this thing a lot. I think it looks great. Now the Kicks, not a major upgrade on it. We're getting a new grille, kind of new lights and stuff. Other than that, just little things on the inside. I wouldn't call this a Generation 2 Kicks. This is more like a 1.5. Some easy things, some cheap things Nissan could do to kind of keep it in the market. I like this vehicle a lot, and I'm going to give this thing a 6. Once again, it's not because I hate the vehicle by any means. It's just a commuter car to me, basically. Even though I have a Juke in my driveway that I have a lot of fun with. In Nissan, add a turbo, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with that car. Anyways, guys, so there you have it. Let's see. John Walsh says 9. MPG says 3. ATX says an 8.0. So if you're new to the channel, by the way, we do live Friday nights here, 8 p.m. Central Time Zone. We'll discuss this a little bit more. I'm about to do my final thoughts on the Armada over on the All Terrain Nation. So that'll be a recorded video. You can watch whenever you want. And if you haven't yet, go like and subscribe to that channel. And Kicks, John says a 5.5. This was nothing but a refresh, hardly newsworthy. I would agree with that. Well, they're always newsworthy, man, no matter if it's a refresh or not. They want us journalists to talk about it, so therefore we are talking about it. Chicago, it has been canceled again. I heard about that. Well, they said that, I think, last June or July that it wouldn't be around, but it's a bummer. We're not going to get car shows basically probably till LA Auto Show in November, maybe. Next November, if that. Who knows? Got a new president coming. Sometimes things disappear with new presidents coming in. Let's see. Armada Midnight Edition, 11 of 10. I would agree with that. I think it looks good. And once again, why we're not seeing that in photos so I can talk about it, who knows? But anyways. So from all things Nissan, from my studio to wherever you're watching us around the globe, this has been your Nissan Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. And we'll see you Friday. And go to All Terrain Nation. Once again, like and subscribe there. So, peace. Thank everybody for coming in.